So let's get this party started. So on this particular video, what I wanted to show to you is actually how to run a Facebook ad, a Facebook and Instagram ad, as in the step by step on how to do this particular stuff. So I promise you two things on this particular video. Number one is actually I don't want to waste your time because time is precious. So I wanted this particular training to last something like under 15 minutes. I didn't know this getting it. If you like something like 7 minutes, I will even prefer it. That is number one promise I will make to you. And number two is actually in order to fulfill the first one, I have to show you actually what you need step by step. So we will cut out the facts from the meat and show you exactly what you need to do. At the end of the day, this is what you need to do. Do not care about what you don't need to do. You understand me? So let's get the party started again. And this particular page is actually I log into my Facebook ad manager. Again, if you wanted to get to this particular store, get to this particular place, you go to business.com, as in business.facebook.com. I know this is very simple stuff. And again, because I don't want to waste your time, there are some setup you have to do. In other words, if you wanted to set this particular stuff up to get to this particular place. So what you have to do, the easiest cut is actually to go to your Facebook, and once you get to your Facebook, then at this particular top right side, then you have to click on this particular place that says create. No, if you get it, and you can create page here, create ad, create group, and create event. But what we need to do now is to create ad, right? Then you can right click and actually click on next. I mean, see the open, as I right click and click on open link in the new tab, or my friend, you might not even right click, you can just click on this particular ad direct. You understand? Then once you click, and it will get you to this particular page that is loading now. I mean, this particular page, as you can see, it just jumpstarts some certain things again. So you understand? So let's use the tab that you have opened. I didn't know what you get it. So this one now, because I'm running the ad from the ad manager itself. So what you need to do again, do not allow anything here to bother you. In other words, do not be confused by all these particular numbers. My friend, I am behind you. The training I have to give you today, it will be like as if to say that you stand behind my shoulder and watch me doing stuff. So even if you're a newbie, you will not get confused. My whole nature, my whole goal is how can I make you to understand this particular stuff. Now, a lot of people we are charging a premium price actually to do this particular stuff, but we are giving to you free here on this particular training, right? So understand. So the first thing we need to do, if we are open from ad manager, is to click. As you can see, there is account overview, there is a campaign, there is an asset, there is ads. Most of the time they might actually arrange this particular stuff vertical, but as you can see at the time I'm recording this video, they arrange it horizontal. So understand me? So what you have to do is actually you go to your mouse to this particular campaign, like if you're an ad view, and again I open this particular account new for this particular training, so understand, so that nothing will confuse you at all. From the ad view, account view is where you can see all your account stuff, right? And from the campaign is where we can actually set up our campaigns. So understand me? Then what I need to do now is to click on this particular green button at the left side and click on that says create. Very simple stuff. And when I click on it, my friend, it takes me to exactly the same place that we get to when we click on the link from this particular Facebook timeline. You understand? So the first thing first is actually, as you can see, if you look well, you can actually create new campaign, or you can use existing campaign if you have already created a campaign before and you wanted to use that particular stuff. For now, we can actually create a new campaign. That's why I will click here. And if you look at the left below, my friend, you will see that Facebook did it in a way that it will not confuse us. In other words, there is a kind of levels or categories or something like that for setting this particular stuff up. So understand. So number one is actually campaign and objective. Number two is actually AdSense, and we have an ad. In other words, the what we have to pay the hook with that the people will see, right? Again, we'll do it here live. If you are starting an account new, most of the time, if you haven't added your payment method, then from below this particular campaign, you see where you can set up your account payment stuff, right? I didn't know if you get it. Again, we show you this thing detail in our main course, but let's actually face this particular free stuff that you wanted to reveal to you how to run Facebook ad. So when you get here, you can see where is categorized this thing into awareness, consideration, and conversion. Again, remember we don't have much time to actually go in detail on this particular video because I don't want to spend your time, but I would like to touch it, because if you don't know which one to choose here, my friend, you might be confused. A lot of people have been advised to post ad. I don't advise people to post ad, except if the reason why you are running your ad is just to create an awareness and not to have sales. Then you can post your ad. You understand me? Like posting ad only use brand awareness objective, and they don't give much feature. Like if I'm running it from ad manager as I'm running now, and I wanted to run a brand awareness, I have much feature from the ad manager here to actually set up my ad in a way that to convert more than the features on posting ad from page. So stop posting ads from page if you have been doing it before. Again, if you are doing it, you might be getting likes, but you might not have sales conversion. So understand me? So there is brand awareness. Brand awareness is that do you have a new product that you wanted to actually let people know from your company, or is there any event that you are running and you wanted to let people know? Facebook is asking you, how am I help you? That is the meaning of objective. You understand? So you tell Facebook, I wanted to actually run a brand awareness. In other words, I have a new product that I want people to be aware of. So on that particular brand awareness, conversion to sales most of the time is not high, because actually you just need to people to be aware of your new product. Again, most of the time if you run it from ad manager, it will sell, but if you run it from boosting, most of the time it doesn't convert into sales. Sometimes it does, depending on the whole setup, right? To understand. So there is reach. The difference between reach and awareness is actually what you call frequency. Reach, like, let me explain this thing a little bit. If you are on a reach, so Facebook is actually giving you more. Let's assume you run to reach 1,000 people, right? So until you reach 1,000 people, you will still be getting more fresh people. In other words, more new people to be seeing your ad. But on the brand awareness, they use most of frequency. So understand me? In other words, there is potential that your ad can show to 5 people. Let me use the lowest number so that you understand it. To 5 people twice a day, and the setup is actually cool, right? Because actually, but on reach, if you set up for 1,000 reach, so until you reach 1,000, Facebook might not be showing your ad repeatedly to individuals, except to choose on that. I don't know what they forget it. Again, all these things they look alike, but Facebook calculate the reach based on the new people they get for you. But on brand awareness, based on how many times I show to the people, whether if it's new people or not new people. I don't know what they forget it. So traffic is just to get traffic to actually your website, and the engagement. All this particular objective can get traffic to your website. Just you get everything. Well, I don't want to blow you waste your time. Engagement, if you wanted to create something like comment, share, my friend, this is the best part of the best objective to use. If you have an app that you wanted to install an app, people to install an app, this is the best objective to use. If your ad is a video that you wanted to show to people to watch, this is the best objective to use. If you don't have money for landing page, right, and you wanted to Facebook to give you a landing page, so a mini page, understand that you can edit and have your message on, right? This is the best one to use. This one and this one look alike, but only that this one offer that particular landing page. And if you are running a lead generation, you must have a pixel, something we call pixel, on your thank you page, on your landing pages and thank you page, so that Facebook will be able to actually know what is actually happening. I didn't know this. So without pixel, my friend, you can run a successful lead generation objective. So if you wanted people, let's assume you have a business and you don't have landing page, you don't have autoresponder, you don't have all those things, but you just wanted to start selling your business. My friend, you can send people from your ad to a messenger, and you can chat them about the business. You can use this particular objective. Conversion and the lead generation and traffic are almost the same, but Facebook is charging you on conversion they are giving you lesser people. All this particular stuff, based on your targeting, they are giving you lesser people. But like lead generation page, objective, conversion doesn't work without pixel. So understand me? So in other words, for conversion to work, you must put your pixel on the thank you page, a page that people will go to after they opt in to your list. I don't know what this get it. So that Facebook will actually track all this particular stuff for you. Then catalog is actually, if you are in e-commerce or something like that, you use this particular stuff. My friend, what if you have an offline business? Let's assume you are plating here, you are barbing here, you are locking phone. I was using this particular method, store traffic, when I was unlocking phone, and my friend, my neighbors do not actually know where my customers are coming from. But I'm having a flood of customers because I am running an ad on Facebook. For this particular one, you need to have a store on Facebook. So understand? So without wasting your time, like I promise you, if you understand this particular stuff very well, now you will know which one to pick whenever you wanted to sell anything. You want to sell anything you wanted to sell. You know which objective that you wanted to actually pick. But without wasting time, again, in our main training, we show you this particular stuff in detail. So understand? But I don't want to waste your time here. So we can select traffic, objective, and you go for me, I like to name again for this particular name. It said campaign name is just for label sake, for you to know that this campaign is for this campaign. I don't know if you get it. So what do I want to promote on this particular training to show you actually how to run ad? You know what I have to do? Let me actually promote this particular course that you are actually watching now. So understand me, watching the free video. So I call it SMF, in other words, social marketing formula. So understand me. So let me actually name this particular campaign traffic SMF. In other words, traffic will tell me that what I selected here is traffic objective, and the SMF is actually the product I'm promoting. Again, remember, you can name it even your name, you can name it smiling, it doesn't matter, just for label sake, right? So here, if you wanted to actually split test your stuff, you can click on split test, and split test means stuff. But to avoid confusion, let me actually forget that particular one for now. So I can come here and create campaign objective. How much do you want to spend, right, per day? As you can see, daily objective, again, you can actually run lifetime. The difference is there, it does not matter much, right? A lifetime is, let's assume you want to run your ad for 1 week and your ad will pause, then you can select lifetime. But the only thing about lifetime is that once you select it and your ad started running, you can't edit it again till that given time. I didn't know this, get it. But for daily objective, daily budget spending, then you can actually, if your ad is not pulling, if your ad is getting more like but there is no more there, you can actually pause the ad. I didn't know they were the best. For lifetime, you don't have any power on the ad until it finished running, so you can't edit it. That's what I made. So understand me. So but for the lifetime, most of the time lifetime work well. So what I normally do is actually I'll run a daily budget and see if there is success of my campaign, then I can actually set it for lifetime and run, because there are some potentials you have on lifetime that you don't have on daily budget. So understand me. And here you can actually select the campaign bid type that you wanted to do. As you can see, there are lower cost, there are 4 of them: lowest cost, cost cap, and well, in this particular order option there is bid cap, and there is also target cost. Most of the time it depends on the objective you actually select. Because I don't want to waste your time here, there might not be time for me to explain this particular stuff in detail, this particular bidding type. But if you understand this particular stuff, my friend, you will print money. And in our main course, I took it one by one and actually explain it one by one. Because I don't want to waste time here, let's actually do not go ahead to actually explain it. As you can see, you run ad all the time. You can actually select which one to run your ad and whether standard and some other things. Again, all this particular stuff we explain it in detail. I don't want to waste your time here. So without wasting your time, let me go to daily budget. So, in other words, how much do you want to spend daily? Some people ask me, Oliver, how much can I start campaigning with? Do you have 500 naira? Do you have one? In short, what I have to do, let me actually not waste your time. I can start my ad with, let me actually start my ad today with 500 naira. The only difference is that it might not give me much people, right? But again, I can start my ad and test the water and know whether if I can be profitable before I will actually push my money into what I waste my money. So understand me. So for this particular one, I might even go to this particular bid cap. Bid cap simply means, my friend, when I'm running a bid cap, what I'm telling Facebook on is auction, because there are three buying types when it comes to buying Facebook ads. Three buying types. People do not know about this particular stuff. Number one is actually what we call auction, and that auction option is what is actually available for everybody. So there is auction, there is reach and frequency, and there is TRP, in other words, target rating point. Target rating point, the remaining two, in other words, reach and frequency and target rating point. Not everybody have this particular feature in their ad manager. Again, in the main training, I'll show you how to obtain one, but this one that is general for everybody, we call it in auction. And again, I do not have much time to explain auction here. In the video below this particular one, which you get for free, you will actually understand a little bit what I mean by auction, right? And I believe that it will work here out. So without for us to wasting time, I select bid cap. Bid cap simply means in auction, Facebook, I'm setting this particular amount of money per click, right, or per action, right? Facebook do not charge me more than that money. You can charge me less than that money, but do not charge me more than that money. Why in the other ones there are different explanation of them. Again, in our main training, I explain all this particular stuff in detail because I don't want to waste your time. So I selected to spend daily 500 naira, and I selected bid cap. In other words, Facebook, whichever amount I selected on the ad set, my friend, Facebook do not charge me more than that amount, right? So I will click and I selected standard, meaning Facebook send my ads in standard evenly throughout the day. Don't waste my ad at once. You understand me? So I'll click on continue to get to, as you can see, if you look at the left side, we have now got to ad set. Ad set is where you can select what kind of people target your audience, right? Again, without wasting time, let's go here. As you can see, just set Nigeria plus 18 plus. But for me, I name my ad set based on the objective I select, the country I'm targeting, and actually what I'm promoting to those particular country. I didn't know this get it. So I will actually target Nigeria for this particular ad, and I will just write it NG to make me to understand it. Very simple stuff. Again, this is for label sake. If I want, I will name it after my dog's name. It doesn't matter. You understand me? So there is a name, campaign name, asset name, and there will be ad name. So here is where we select where do you want to get people to. Do you want to get people to your website? Is it to an app to store an app? Is it to a messenger chatting, or is it to WhatsApp? Whichever one you select, you see the procedure. But without wasting time, we wanted to send this people that are coming to us to traffic. Again, in our main course, we take this thing one by one. If you wanted to sell and explain everything, it's a very huge successful training that everybody that have got it, we are actually thanking me and thanking our company for this particular stuff. So without wasting time, we selected to send our traffic to actually website. And for this particular dynamic creative and the offer, we are not touching it here. In our main training, we touch it because we don't want to waste our time on this particular area, and we don't need the much. So for here, who in the audience, I mean, there is three options or three accounts, three contacts. I mean to say, there is saved contact, and there is audience, custom audience, and there is also lookalike audience. Very simple. Saved contact is the one that I select here. In other words, I am getting contact from Facebook contact, right? Facebook, not specifically from Facebook contact, but from Facebook audience. I know you get it, and I will save it and know if I'm running ad, those people I'm targeting are the people on the saved audience. Then when they come to custom audience, let's assume you have email of your business, email of your customers, your business, or their number. Then you can upload them there and use Facebook to target them. In other words, show your ad to them through through Facebook. And again, for lookalike audience, it's like if I'm running an ad now and I set up my audiences, I will tell Facebook, I wanted you to actually get me people that look like this particular people that you are targeting now. I didn't know what you get it. She understand me. So without wasting time, we explain this particular stuff in detail on our main training. So we don't want to blow your time. Again, if you have saved audience, you can select the audience from here, but you haven't saved anyone, so you get what you mean. So from here, if you have custom audience, you can go here, my friend. You can actually select lookalike audience, custom audience, anyone you have. But for this particular one, we are creating new. Then you can also come here, create custom audience and create lookalike. But what you have to do now is you can go here and do our targeting, so that what we target, Facebook will use it to actually our contact and get people that we target to. So from here, you can select the country you wanted to run your ad to. I don't know if you get it. So you can actually select the country here. As you can see, I have selected Nigeria, but let me actually delete it and actually do it manual. So here, what are you selling? You can come here and say people living or recently in this location, people living in this location, people recently in this location, people traveling in this location. It depends on what you are selling. So if you are selling the product for a particular country or particular location, you don't need to actually sell the product to people that are living here and recently come here, because there is every potential that somebody might come there, but he is not coming for business to buy your stuff. You understand me? Except if you have something, let's assume if you are dealing with all this logistic, hotel, selling hotel services and logistic services, then you wanted the people in the city and the people that come in the city recently, so you can actually use this particular one. But for here now, I am using this location, and where is that location? So you can actually type the country you are looking for, or my friend, you can go to browse and browse by country or region or saved location. You understand me? But for here, to avoid waste of time, let's actually type Nigeria. And as you type Nigeria, you can see many cities in Nigeria. I didn't know if you get it, but here I am using Nigeria as a country, because on this particular ad, I wanted to target all people in Nigeria. If I wanted to target only people maybe in Enugu or in Lagos, then I would use Nigeria and find the location as in the city. You understand me? And again, most of the time, if you are selling an offer, let me give you advice. If you are selling an offer and you're starting new, start with a country first. Then when your ad started running, then you can look for the location that are performing. Again, from the analysis, you can look for the location that are performing. And if there are few locations that are doing well more than other locations, my friend, why would you be wasting your impression on the location that are not doing well? You know that this is where your business is. I don't know the best, so you'll be targeting only that particular location alone. You can come here and edit your stuff. Very simple stuff. So from the analysis, I have found out that actually when it comes to making money, again, we'll show you analysis when you join Global, when you join our main training as in the SMF, and you know how to, you know about how to find analysis and some other things. So I found out that people from 18 to actually 35, 45 years are interested on how to make money stuff. So, and I will target all gender, in other words, men and women. And here we'll talk about detailed targeting, as you can see. So I have to do detailed targeting. My friend, if you are not paying attention before, you need to pay attention now, because we have actually entered into where the main thing started rolling. So here is where I will select. Like I used to tell people that when it comes to making money, whether online or offline, it takes about 4 things. 3 main things, but 4 things included. Number one is how to get the right offer to the right people in the right way at the right time. In other words, number one, how to get the right offer. Number two, how to get it to the right people. Number three, the right way to get it to the right people. And number four, the right time to get it to the right people. So getting the right offer to the right people in the right way at the right time. I don't know what if you get it. That is very simple. When you get this particular stuff done, my friend, you can make a lot of money online. So in this particular place now, I am targeting the people. I wanted to get the right people for my stuff. And what I have in training that I'm promoting here is actually how to this particular main course. In other words, how to get right people, how to convert, how to sell more stuff using Facebook. I don't know what they forget it. So what am I selling? I'm selling a product that show how to sell more stuff using Facebook. So what do you think that my audience? My audience are the people that actually are interested on how to get more customers to what they were selling. In other words, for social marketing, marketers, and the people that wanted to sell stuff. I don't know if you get it. So here you can go to browse here and you can see demography, you can see interest, you can see behavior. The assignment I will give to you, whether now or after you join our main training, is actually, my friend, always come here and do your research. When I found this thing new, most of the time I started a campaign, come here, and I will not finish that campaign. I will just stuck here. I'll be actually doing my stuff and finding out the interest, the demographics, and some other things. That is how I know it more. You understand me? So from this particular demographic, you can find lifestyle. Let's assume you have something that related to parenting, my friend, you got it here. If you have something that related to relationship, my friend, you got it here. Let's assume married people, divorced people, any other things. Then you know you are targeting people, as in lesser targeted people. You targeting people that actually need your stuff. If you have something that related to education, my friend, you got it here. You can target them here. You can target the level of education. If you have people that something that related to income, to finance, my friend, look at it here. I don't know if you get it here. No, this thing is very simple stuff. There are a lot of people are complicating it. You understand me? Then, if you can come to behavior and actually go to these two activities, any of them, you can go to them one by one. Let's assume, oh my friend, you have a lot of big potentials. Let's assume this particular one wanted to target people that have used Facebook payments in the last 90 days. These people get money. I don't know they forget it. That's why they have actually buy something online using Facebook payment. You understand me? So you can actually target them. I don't know they forget it. So if you see somebody that is good but not right for your offer, look for somebody that is right for your offer. If you see somebody that is good but cannot afford to buy your stuff, why are you wasting your time targeting those particular people? So target the people on money. If you want to target on actually mobile devices, let's assume if you are selling phone or you are working on phone. That was my secret when I found Facebook out, when I was unlocking and flashing phone. I was deploying Facebook ads to be actually getting people. So I was targeting only the mobile users, because actually at the end of the day, the mobile user that needed my service of unlocking and flashing of phone there. You get the gist. I don't know if you get it. So Facebook is showing my ad only to the people that exactly need my stuff. To understand me. So if somebody that is using a mobile phone will know that the phone can be repaired by an expert in this particular location, my friend, they can come to that particular location, especially if I'm targeting a location, a specific city. You understand me? Very simple stuff. So what you need to do here is actually you can go to this particular place and do your targeting. You can target based on business and everything here. You understand me? Business and everything. Can target based on, my friend, I just want to blow your mind a little bit. You understand? Can target it based on technology. Based on technology, as you can see, I just missed this particular stuff. You understand me? All this particular stuff you can actually target. So what we need to do now, for me, let me actually go to behavior, and actually I would have go to something like Facebook. Say to interest and target the people, the marketer that needs that social. Let me actually show you what I mean. I'll go to interest and actually look for marketing. As you can see, I can target marketing. You understand? But what I wanted to do on this particular campaign is that I know specifically the people that might need my service. You understand me? So I can go to behavior, go to digital behavior, my friend. I can come to this particular, I can go down, go up a little bit, go up, and I can target Facebook admins, because these people, they need to know how to business admin and Facebook admin. Where is it? Facebook page admin. They actually want to grow their Facebook admin, and they are selling stuff on their Facebook page. You understand me? So, and I have a product that can show them how to do marketing, so I can actually target them, and this is the audience that I will actually target for now. Again, this particular tool is enough for me so that I can talk to them directly. So if you wanted to actually select other languages, you can do here. If you wanted to actually, let's assume you have a product that almost all the members of your page have known about, and you don't want to actually include, in other words, you don't want people in your page, Facebook fan page, to actually see your ad, sure, that because they have known about that particular stuff. Then you can come here and go to exclude. You can come here and exclude people who like your page. Sure, understand it. Very simple stuff, but for now we are not using it. So why have to actually save this particular audience? As you can see, let me actually save this particular audience with this particular Traffic SMF Nigeria, so that I'll know that this is my contact. In other words, those people that I'm targeting that are coming from this particular stuff, here is where they are saved. So I can click on save, and next time if I wanted to promote an ad and run an ad to them, I can actually select it with that. As you can see it, I'm going to use select use saved audience, so that time instead of create one, because I have actually saved it. Very simple. So let's talk about placement. The only one thing I will tell you about placement is actually, you know, the main goal of us running this particular campaign is actually to get people to our traffic. I mean, say to get traffic, in other words, people to our website or whatever we are selling. In other words, to let people know that there is what we are doing and lead them to that particular stuff, right? Now, when you come to placement, you need to be very crystal careful and clear on this particular stuff, because actually, when you come to generating traffic to your website, your ads actually contributes 80% of it. I'm not talking of conversion. I mean, say in other words, sales conversion, because when it comes to sales conversion, is what is going on here versus what is going actually. What is going on here is 80%. But when it comes to actually getting traffic to your website, is your ad place 80% rule. So if your ad placement, if your ad screw up, my friend, you might screw up. So at the end of the day, you don't run a vertical created ad in actually on horizontal designed placement. I don't know what they figured it, or you run a horizontal created ad in a vertical design placement. So if you do that particular stuff, my friend, that is the first idea I wanted to give you here. You might screw up. At the end of the day, the conversion might not be big, and you might be wondering, sure, understand? So take your time on this particular stuff. Again, in our main course, we train this particular stuff very well. So there is an automatic placement and there is a manual placement. Automatic is simply mean Facebook says, hey, let's do it for you. Let's actually place, select your ad to place where we wanted to place it to. But for me, I like to do manual. Again, that is what I normally like to do. The reason why I ask you not to actually to be careful about the placement of the ad is because, let's assume you have a vertical design ad, a vertical created ad, right? I mean, say horizontal created ad, and your placement you selected something like Facebook stories. Actually, Facebook stories were designed vertical. So if you are running an ad that is created horizontally, let's assume you take your camera and you horizontal pick a video, right? As in shot a video, and you are placing it on the Facebook stories. My friend, Facebook stories are designed vertically. So most of the time, some content of that particular ad might be leave out and empty space is filled, so it doesn't convert well. So what you have to do now is actually I will take it to manual. We have to do manual placement again. It will help you to actually know where ad is actually being placed. So at the time I'm recording this video, Facebook have 4 main places that they can place an advert. There, number one is actually on Facebook, and when it comes to Facebook, there are many areas on Facebook. You can do on timeline, you can do on sidebar, and some other things. Again, I will show you. Let me actually know what I will, whether if I will see this particular stuff and show you. Show understand me. So as we are doing so, and the Facebook can actually place your ad in Instagram. Again, they can place it in stories in Instagram and Instagram timeline, and they can place it in their audience network. Audience network are like something like when it comes to Google and the AdSense stuff. You understand me? So it's like that. So understand me. And Facebook can also place your ad on Messenger. So understand me. Let me know how to. Okay, as you can see, this particular sidebar, as you can see, this particular place it says sponsor. This is a sidebar Facebook ad. You understand me? Sidebar, and if you scroll down, probably you will see an ad on your timeline. You understand me? But this one is actually what I wanted to actually show you. The one on timeline have to be on a place like this. Very simple stuff. So let's go to where we are doing. So for this particular training, because I don't want to waste your time, I don't want to actually place my ad on any other place except on Facebook. If you wanted to run an ad on Instagram, then you can actually select Instagram. Alright, there are some other things that you need to do, but for now, because I don't want to waste most of your time, we will only select our ad on Facebook. And when you come to Facebook, as you can see, any of this thing you click on your mouse, the ad in this particular stuff ad will show up here. The kind of the ad that will be placed, how your ad will look on that particular placement will show up at this particular place that as you can see it's showing up now. You understand me? So for me, I want my ad to only run on Facebook newsfeed. I don't want on Facebook market. Again, you can test your stuff. If you are running an ad new and you wanted your ad to run on Facebook, what I will advise you can test your stuff. Again, I showed you the guideline you can use to test it on the main training. So I don't want my ad to be placed on this particular area. Test your stuff and see where your stuff is at performing. I just want my ad to only run on, because I just want it to only run on at the time I'm recording this video, to avoid wasting our time explaining it. Sure, understand me here. I want it to only run on the timeline of Facebook, right? Very simple stuff. Very simple stuff. The only thing that you can do is that the audience I might reach might not be much as expected. I don't know what you get it, but at the end of the day, it's lesser target. As you can see, potential reach over 2 million people, right? So they are good for me. Sure, understand me. So I can go here, you see show more. So the question is, where do you want to actually run your ad? Is it on the which kind of Android? Is it on Android or iOS or something like that? So again, let me actually go up a little bit and show you another placement that I think we have actually missed. So you can come here, as you can see devices. You can come here and select where you wanted to. Is it on mobile or desktop? Most of the time when you are doing an ad new, leave it on mobile and desktop. And when your ad started running, something like about 2-3 days or a week is enough for you to know which one is outperforming. Is it mobile that is outperforming based on the everything, based on the people that are coming and the conversion onto sales? So if mobile gets more people but desktop gets more conversion, my friends, stick with desktop. I think now this get it at the end of the day, depending on your end goal, what you wanted to achieve. Then if mobile gets more people and at the same time get more sell, my friend, and the desktop is fucking you up, forget about desktop, my friend. Maybe your ad, your stuff is not converting on desktop. And if you select that mobile, you can come here and actually select which one I wanted to select, right? Then we can actually, and again, that is all. If you selected the audience as your placement, you can come here. If there is any website you don't want your ad to be placed, you can come here and actually select it here. So let's go to this particular one that says optimization and spending control. So what are you optimizing for? Let me actually scroll this thing up a little bit. As you can see, Facebook have landing page view, link click, daily unique reach and impression. Most of the time, if you are starting out new, Facebook will only give you, especially depending on the objective you selected, only option that you have is actually impression. Let me actually clear this particular stuff for you. Landing page view and the link clicks are similar. The only difference is actually that this particular one, in other words, landing page view is actually that Facebook will show your ad to the people that have the habit that whenever they click on and allow the page to load. I know this is but the only difference. But for link click, Facebook will show your ad for the people that have the habit to actually click on that particular or click on links on Facebook. But maybe they might not allow your ad to actually complete. Right? That is that. So Facebook will show your ad on the people that actually can click on the link alone. Sure, understand me? Very simple stuff. Very simple stuff. So, but the landing page view is costlier if you click than the link click. So for now, I will select here. Again, on this particular stuff, we clear it, we explain it in detail in our main membership, in our main training. As you can see, Facebook wanted me to pay 800 naira per click. In other words, this time somebody click on my link, I will pay 800 naira. My friend, I am not doing that. Let me actually put 20 naira. As you can see, let me actually put 20 naira and see whether if you, most of the time, if you put below the how much they can charge you, depending on your business strategy you select, Facebook let me know whether if I can see that error, so I will show you. You understand me? As you can see, Facebook can still charge me 5 naira. Let me actually, I just wanted that error to pop up so that you can see it. As you can see, once you are doing pay IB strategy, any amount you can pay. But if you are doing other strategy, Facebook has to actually tell you the amount. It's going to depend on this particular stuff is selected. So for me now, I will select, I can pay 20 naira per click. As you can see, very simple stuff, 20 naira per click. And you can come here and actually select some other thing that you needed to. Most of the time, Facebook will aim to get the most link click without bidding more than, because I have selected the bid strategy from the campaign level. That's why Facebook do not give me the access to actually select it here. But most of the time, Facebook will have, if I selected something like lowest cost, Facebook will come here and give me an access to, say cost cap and some other one. Facebook will come here and give me an access to actually select the bid cap or whatever, whichever one. You understand me? So based on impression, do you want to be charged by impression or by link click? Again, if you are starting out ad new, Facebook will actually must force you to be charged per impression. Per impression is simply one Facebook show you ad for 1,000 impressions, 1,000 times. Then they will calculate based on how many clicks that the Facebook that your ad have bought and actually charge you based on that. Very simple stuff. So as you can see, you can actually come here and set how much do you want to. Let's assume, because I set my bid on campaign level, my budget on campaign level, then I can come here and select, let's assume I put something like 10,000 on campaign level. I can come here and select that I wanted to be spending something like 500 naira per day. Most of the time, Facebook will not spend all the money by the day, right? So I have to click on the next button and it will take us to the ad. In other words, where we can actually set up our ads. Very simple stuff. So once we do that to get us to add, in other words, add. We have done campaign, as you can see from the left side. We have done access, is now and the add. So remember what I told you, I always like to name my campaign ad and asset and add to actually related. So I will give you this particular stuff. In other words, this particular stuff will just remind me that actually I am doing a traffic objective, promoting SMF and actually promoting to Nigeria. So if I can run a different ad, I might put something like SMF1 here, so that if I'm promoting using another ad to promote SMF, I can actually put SMF2 so that I can differentiate the two ads, right? Very simple stuff. So when I come here, you have to select the page. You know what I have to do? Let me actually select this page that I have added to this particular stuff. Very simple stuff. And I selected this particular one. Again, if you are running an Instagram ad, you need to actually add your Instagram business account here, this particular place. If you have an ad you wanted to use, if you wanted to use an existing post on your page, you understand me? So you can use this particular stuff. For me, most of the time I use it. The reason why I'm using it is because actually when people are commenting on it and liking on it, my friend, after the campaign, after my ad ends, those particular comments and share and like still remain on that particular post on my page. So when somebody visited on my page, you will be seeing many comments without knowing that I run an ad to get that particular comments. I don't know what they forget it. That's why most of the time I'm using this particular one. But there are some limitation on it. Like I think you can only have your destination URL and my friend learn more button. Very simple. So for here, what we have to do, we'll select single video and we actually come here and actually add our image. You know, for image, what I have to do, let me actually go to pizzabae.com. And now that Pizzabae have actually loaded, so you can actually search for whatever picture you wanted to search. So here, let me actually type something like money. If you're searching something like related to money, and you are search from the Pizzabae, you can get stock pictures for free. So understand? So it can look for whatever you are looking for. Most of the time you have to look for something that can go with what you are promoting. Again, you can use your personal picture if you wanted to actually use. That is what I use most of the time. You know what I have to do? Let me actually download this particular one. To me, it actually have a picture of coin, in other words money. So there is a lot of curiosity on the picture that can actually brought somebody to actually click on this particular my ad. So this actually creates a lot of curiosity. So I can, from this particular left side, I have to click on this free download. Again, you can select your, let me actually get a little bit off. Then you can select the actual the side. This particular third one is actually awesome. So I can click on download, and if you have registered on this particular Pizzabae, so you can actually download set. If you have not registered, you can click on I'm not a robot and actually click on this particular download and download it. So after I have downloaded this, I pause this video and download this particular one. So it's on my desktop. If I go here, as you can see, you see it on my desktop here. So let's continue. You understand me? So let's continue to running an ad. So I can come here and click. Remember, I'm using image, so I can select that particular image. As you can see, so if there is no image, account image, if there is no image, you can go to page image, you can go to stock image. Facebook also have a stock image. Then from here, let me actually upload that particular image that I selected. You can go to desktop, as you can see, and I can actually go to where is this particular, I name it Facebook marketing. As you can see, very simple stuff. Because my network is actually a little bit slow, I apologize for that. That's why most of the time it sees as you say that this thing is lagging. You understand me? So there's nothing we can do about it at this time. So I have to click on this particular place that says continue to actually get that particular, I mean to say now I have selected the page. You can actually click automatic crop to square. Now my friend, you leave all this particular stuff like that, and you will come down here. This is from this particular left side. In other words, this text and area is where we set up, and from this particular right side is the preview of our ad. Do you understand me? So the first time is actually there is a primary test. There is, what is it? Let me actually, I didn't know why it is. There is a primary test, and there is a headline, and there is a description. As you can see, there is a description. You understand? So most of the time, especially if you are starting out new, you don't know which one. So what you'll be doing, you'll be looking at this particular preview for this particular ad preview, and I will be typing something like hello. Let me type hello. So we know where this particular one is on ad. As you can see, let's forget about the perfect part of it. So I can type smile. I don't know if you get it. Then here I can actually type something like description, and here you understand me. Then we wanted to actually know how where those particular stuff are on our ad. You understand me? So primary text is actually the text that came before the picture or before the video, depending on the media you are using for running an ad. That is where the primary text is, and actually the headline, you can see where the headline is, and therefore that is. So what I normally do is actually, again, if you are learning how to become a good marketer, my friend, that is what I'm living and breathing. You understand me? Marketing. Because I believe that marketing is I'm not ashamed of it, because it is power of God unto creating wealth. No matter how good your product is, or your product or services, if there is no, and the market is a broad term. So inside marketing there are some categories. In other words, the category of on itself, there are some categories. So no matter how good your product or service is, if people do not know about it, people will not buy it. If people do not know about its existence, people will not buy it. So no matter how good your product is, there must be a form of selling, even if you are begging for money, my friend. So that act of begging is actually selling, emotionally selling your state to somebody that can be pitying you. You understand me? So selling is not actually only on Facebook and some other thing. Anything you use that yield money is an exchange of value. You understand me? In one way or the other. You understand me? So now I like to have my time to create ads, many ads, and you see Oliver. It's hard for me to create a good compelling ad. That is what we are teaching in detail, how to get this particular stuff done anytime you like in our main membership. To understand me, because I don't want to waste your time here. So let me copy this particular text, all of them. Again, you can actually pause the video and actually look for all of them. I can copy all this particular. Again, your text might be long or your text might be short. You can test both of them and know which one that is converting. If it's a story text, most of the time long one convert because people like to hear story. You don't need to be sales. You understand me? So I can come here, as you can see, a law is here, and if you look down here, you can see that there display URL, there is my and title in description. I mean say in headline. So headline is here, and actually I am here is actually the description. So very simple stuff. So let me actually delete this particular one and actually put the main text. You understand? Very simple. So as you can see, I have pasted it. So let me format it well. Most of the time, when you write it with Notepad, it might not be formatted well when you place it on the actually this particular place. So let me actually bring it here. As you can see, so this particular one should be up and running, should be here. So I have to actually get it here. As you can see, I have to actually get this one here. As you can see, so I'm formatting it well now so that it will look well. As you can see, so I have to. My network is slower, so it seems that everything is lagging. You understand me? But we are getting there. You can see it started and end on the getting the right offer to the right people in the right way at the right time. My dear, if you could blah 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 blah. So my ad is actually working. When I found the secret on which I was failing and discover how to win in Facebook, blah blah blah, Facebook option again. I'm just what I would have done is to pause this particular video and added this particular stuff very well before we continue, because I don't want you to be wasting your I don't want to be wasting your time. You know the good news. I don't want to be wasting your time here. You understand me? So let me actually fast forward it to watch the full video below, blah blah blah. So my ad now is making sense. So and this is actually where this particular stuff is. Blah blah blah. As you can see, bottom line, blah blah blah, and you can see. So that is that. So I have to copy because okay, let me actually show you this. So now for headline, I have to go to my ad because actually remember I put it on body at the left side. You see body, that is where so all this particular one is body. The primary text, and actually I come here and actually put head on this one is headline. You understand? Again, the reason why I didn't say two secrets to excel in Facebook marketing is because most of the time Facebook is not approve that ad when you call their name. So actually what I have to do now is actually where is the landing? So I have to actually put, that's why I call it social marketing. Everybody can actually connect with it. So I have to copy my description. Again, you can be typing. Sometimes I just type this thing at a go, but most of the time in order to, I normally like to give out time to be creating an ad and saving that I'll be using to be promoting myself. So whenever the idea comes in, I just create an ad and save. Very simple. So here is my destination URL that I use on this particular training. Right? So our website URL, in other words, where they will get to. That is the website URL. Very simple stuff. So here is the display URL. In other words, display URL doesn't matter much, but again it makes sense. So what I will do, I will copy this thing and just delete, because it's only your domain that can put on display URL or the domain of the affiliate link you are promoting. But in the website URL, in other words, destination URL, you have to put your affiliate link. So here is where your affiliate link will be. Here is where the domain name for the affiliate link will be. So if you are promoting your affiliate link, if you're a member of our main course and you know how to promote affiliate link, and you have a landing page of your own, my friend, you put the landing page URL where you. So when the people click on learn more, where do you want them to come to? I want them to come to this particular place, this particular here, and this particular display is what will be displaying, like here, what will be displaying here. But when they click on here, right, when they click on here, learn more, where do you want to get them to? You understand me? If you are promoting an affiliate offer, that is where your affiliate link will be. If you are promoting it through your landing page, you have your own landing page, then you can put the link for your landing page here, and put for the display link the domain name for that particular landing page here, my friend, and you can, from your autoresponder, redirect them to your affiliate link. You know, if you get it. Awesome. So call to action make more sense. You have to pay close attention here. Again, at the end of the day, you have to congruent with whatever you are talking on your ad. Like if you are talking about video, my friend, most of the time with that video is have something to actually watch more. You can actually go here and select watch more. If the video talk about how to learn more, after maybe a few videos they wanted to learn more, you want to direct them to want to learn more, you can select learn more. For now, I will leave it in learn more. And as you can see, we are viewing this particular ad view using mobile view. You understand me? So if you wanted to use desktop view, you can just click here and you can see how desktop view will look like. Very awesome. Again, after this particular video, I can edit this particular, after this particular training, I can edit this particular video. I might actually put my own image here. You understand me? As simple as that. I'm just using this particular one to actually teach you. Very simple, very simple, very simple. So if you have your pixel setup, you understand me, you can actually activate any of the pixels you wanted to activate. That is a training for the main membership of SMF, you understand, for the main program, you understand. So, and that is that. I just set up my campaign. So I have to go down here at the left section, at the right section, and just click on confirm button. As you can see, it's not much, only that I have been trying to explain this particular stuff to you in detail. That's why I wasted a little bit of this time. And again, my network was somehow slow. But even my network is fast and I'm actually doing this particular stuff for me without actually explaining things for you. My friend, it takes something like about 3 minutes for me to get my ad set up. You understand me? Very simple stuff. The only thing that my campaign is set up, that's what I mean. The only thing that might take me a little bit time is I give some time in creating ad, because I wanted to prepare my ad in a way that whomever that sees my ad, it will compel the person to take the action I wanted the person to take. If I want the person to sign up or to buy or some other thing, I have to do it. You understand? So without wasting time, I just showed you how to run a Facebook ad, and in a few minutes time, because the network is slow, in a few minutes time, my friend, it will actually pop up. You understand? It actually be completed, and very simple stuff, and that is what we are actually doing in detail here. So in the video below, what I actually did is actually to show you the 2 things that you needed to actually master. Again, if you master this particular 2 things, every other thing is on below this particular 2 things. And number 1 of them is actually how to win in auction. If you watch the video below, you will actually understand what to auction in Facebook. If you know how to win in auction, and you know how to create a compelling ad that can get people to take the action you needed, my friend, you make it. You got it made. Every other thing is under this particular 2 stuff. Because if you know that you don't want only the people that actually give you likes and give you useless comments and some other thing, that you want only the people that can buy from you, You understand me? Then you know how the game of auction on Facebook is actually being running. So if you set up your ad, you know that you are in auction and you know how to win that particular auction. And once you win auction, for the people that are actually looking for what you have, a lot of people were basing their training maybe only on targeting. Targeting is a good stuff, but if you didn't know the secret of winning in auction, you can do the best targeting. At the end of the day, you might be getting people that like your offer, but they didn't have the maybe financial capacity or the willing capacity to buy your stuff. So you might be getting much like, but you might not be getting much sell. So if you watch the video below, you will actually see the what we talk about, the two things that you needed to actually master and become a guru when it comes to Facebook ad. And once you know this particular two stuff, my friend, you got it made. If you wanted to actually make money, it's a question of having a what you have to sell, in other words, solution to any problem, and you actually started going to Facebook and actually selling your stuff. It's as simple as that. So watch the video below, and if you wanted to know the in-depth training more about this particular about our course, my friend, when you watch the video below, you understand more. And if you wanted to join our membership, you have to click on the link below and join on the promo price. Again, promo price is few days, and a few days you see this particular stuff, the price will go to normal. So without wasting time, as you can see, my ad now that I just set up is in review. So within some time, Facebook will actually approve my ad, and they started running based on the target that I did. So in the main training, we showed you about Pixel. If you look below, you will see the actually what you are getting from the main training. You know about how to create the 3 contacts, in other words, the saved contact, the custom audience, and the actually lookalike audience, and what they mean. You know about the Facebook Pixel and all the things that you needed to actually excel on Facebook. I know this case. So my ad is on review, and if there is anything I wanted to edit, my friend, if I wanted to edit an ad, I can go to the ad tab. If I wanted to edit asset, I can go to asset. If I wanted to edit the campaign, I can go to edit campaign. So within some time now, Facebook will approve my ad and my ad will start running. So when my ad is started running, you know what you have to do? You have to actually go to this particular column and actually select whatever you wanted to actually optimize for. In other words, what do you want to be seeing? For most of the time, I want to be seeing the performance and some other thing. If there is another thing that you wanted to actually see on your report, my friend, you can set it up. As you can see, I can see how many people I have reached, the result I'm getting, the impression, the cost per result, and the quality ranking. Quality ranking, again, we'll discuss about that particular one in detail, especially in main training, and again that particular stuff. Then engagement rate ranking and conversion rate ranking, amount spent, amount spent, and else every other things you will actually see from Facebook. Facebook will show you your statistics. So without wasting time, this is it for this particular training. If you watch the below video, you get more in depth about the truth stuff you need to master to become a guru when it comes to Facebook. Run an ad on Facebook, and if you decide to join our membership, my friend, you see a link below to actually buy membership. One thing I will promise you is that when you buy this particular training, my friend, you see the secret of how to crush it on Facebook that no guru shows to people. Guru don't reveal this particular stuff because actually they're afraid of competition. But you will actually reveal it to you because you understand actually how all this thing is working, and they actually wanted to help you out. So I will see you inside our membership where you will talk one-on-one. Again, if you have any question in the comment below, you ask your question so that we can help you out. Again, I will see you inside. Bye and enjoy your life.